guys, welcome to Brian's Man Cave, episode 17. So today what I'm going to be talking about are two board games that I picked up not too long, well, a couple years back, that are kind of interesting because of what they're based on, and that's the video games. Not just any video games, but classic video games. So obviously the Donkey Kong is a lot more classic than the Zelda game. I mean, this goes back to like I don't know. This has to be from the 80s, and this one, if it's from the 80s, it would have been the late 80s, right? Because Donkey Kong really comes way before Zelda. So I mean, they're two different style games. They're two different ways of playing it, and so I thought I would just kind of show them to you. And the reason why I got these ones is because I just love these games, and I think everybody loves Zelda and Donkey Kong and all that. So just to have the board games is pretty cool. And yeah, so let's just jump right in and see what they look like. Okay, so we have Zelda here. This game I found in a thrift shop, like I found a lot of my stuff for some reason. Yeah, it was a good deal. I think I paid $2 for it. And I was quite impressed by the artwork and how it looks. I mean, it's a really decent board. It's really the Legend of Zelda right there. I mean, sure, it's not as complex as the real thing, and nothing ever will be. I mean, this will never be replaced by a board game. But I mean, I can see how if you just wanted to take a break from the video games and you wanted to have some fun with the board games, why not? This will do. So the one thing I did notice too about this is the pieces are kind of I don't know. I don't want to say crappy, but a little bit cheap. Like it's all cardboard. I mean, it's not too bad. But when you get into things like the tokens, like the men, I mean, just having a cardboard picture of Link, really, I don't know. It's kind of cheap to me. I think I'd rather just use one of those little tokens you use in Sorry or something than this. I mean. Would it really been hard to just manufacture a little plastic Link? I guess. I don't know. So the game itself, like I don't have the rules, but I've seen it online, and I've pretty much learned how to play the game that way. It's very simple. You just match the colored tiles. I think you got to mix them up. You match them with the spaces, and you move your Link around the board. This obviously isn't working because it's just one piece, so I'd have to use a different token, and I'm not actually going to play the game. I'm just kind of showing it off here. So you'd roll your die, move your Link across the field, flip over the tokens. You got your enemies, which are kind of interesting. I mean, they tried to grab all the actual enemies from the original, and they have a heart on the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of small, but if you flip over that enemy, he's got 4 in there, so you'd have to roll at least 4 attack die. It's pretty typical for these style of games. So you'd roll it. So I rolled a 3 attack die. So I wouldn't defeat him, but I would lose a heart. But if I did roll that 4th attack die, then I'd be able to gain a heart, which I believe you start with 3 of these little guys. And yeah, and that's it. And then you would advance on until you find the treasure in the room. There's all these different cards, like there's Ganon, the Tektite. So you just basically match them all up. The Water of Life. Now this would be an example of one of the treasures you'd have to find, and then you would be able to advance to the next level. Pretty simple stuff. I couldn't imagine this game taking very long to play, and I believe if you play 2 players, you kind of share Link, and then at the end you find out who has the most heart tokens. Not really that exciting, but it's Zelda. Okay, and so over here we have Donkey Kong. Now this is got to be one of my more favorite games of, well, video games anyways. Definitely was my favorite when I was a kid. I used to always look out for the arcade game every time I went to any kind of arcade. And I pretty much have it on all the systems that I have that actually have the game. So yeah, so when I saw this as a child, I saw that they had the board game, which was, I saw it on vacation once in one of those game rooms thing. I had to track it down and get one for myself. So this one is not in the greatest shape. I wish I had a better shape one. I mean, the stickers are kind of all wearing and tearing and all that stuff. But, I mean, you know, gotta take what I can get, right? So anyways, let's open her up. Upside down here. So that's the board. That's your typical first screen Donkey Kong board, which, you know, I mean, the graphics are not bad. I mean, it looks pretty decent. It's kind of giving you that three-dimensional look, as you know, as best as they can do it, anyways. And the way I kind of look at this game is it's kind of like Snakes and Ladders. Like, just move there so you can see. It's kind of like Snakes and Ladders, where you're really just trying to get to the top. The only difference is you got the barrels coming down. So the barrels move on their own with their own die. So you got this red die here. Actually says Kong Rests. Kind of neat. Made their own die. It's got, so there's two spaces that say Kong Rests, which I believe that when you roll that, he just doesn't throw a barrel. The barrels don't move. Or, I mean, it's been a while since I played this. I got the manual here if I ever want to refresh myself on it. You know, it's not a bad game. Not the best, but this is to, I guess, tell you which one, two. I can't even remember what this is. These are like numbers. I think it's to tell you the level or something like that, or I don't know. Anyways, yeah, and then they give you the cards here, which are, you know, give you all these little cards. Jump, hammer, and then there's points. You can see the points there at the top. And I think what you basically do, it's sort of like playing Sorry and some of those other, you know, style of things where you just kind of draw a card, you look at it, you can, you know, kill the barrels, you can jump over the barrels, you gain points, because really that's what Donkey Kong is all about, right? It's not just about getting to the top, it's about getting points. And then the person who gets the most amount of points wins. So the neat feature about this is they actually have a fit like this plastic Donkey Kong, you know, three-dimensional Donkey Kong figure. This one unfortunately doesn't work. It's broken, which is why I got a good deal on this one. And as you can see, the sticker wore off. I mean, that can be fixed with a little bit of glue. But anyway, the idea was he would stand at the top and then drop the barrel down. So it's kind of neat. And then once you drop the barrel down, the barrel would move every other turn, I believe. And you know, the rest of it, I mean, the rest of the tokens are nothing special. I mean, they didn't really go to the extreme of making really decent looking Mario tokens. I mean, a little bit of the artwork there. Looks like, you know, the old style. I guess it was made back in the 80s anyways. But yeah, I mean, it's not a bad game. Not the best game either. I think I just bought it because it's Donkey Kong and it looks cool. In fact, if anything, I'd probably find myself framing this one day just to have it as a picture on the wall or something. Yeah, so I mean, they're not bad games. They're not the best. Obviously, these were made as something to just kind of fill the void between the one video game you played and the next one, and possibly for the people who didn't have the Nintendo, so they couldn't play Zelda. I mean, it's quite a stretch to say that this is going to fill that void. But I mean, you know, I mean, whatever. And it's just great that they made these for people like me who just love to collect this type of stuff because, you know, this is the type of thing that brings back a lot of memories, a lot of nostalgia. It's great to even just pull it out if you want to play on like a day that you just don't feel like playing with your real Nintendo or whatever. But I mean, yeah, they're great great board games. I don't know if I'd buy many other ones. I know I do have like Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man, but I wouldn't go like trying to scope them all out and stuff like that. They're just nice to have things, and you know, great for my collection. Anyways, I hope you liked the video. Hope you subscribe. If you have any experience with these, let me know. If you have any other games, I know there's lots of them out there. I know there's like a Popeye one. There was Centipede one, Berserk. But, you know, if you have any of these, let me know. Maybe share some photos. Anyways, talk to you later.